Hello everyone, Ceri the Crafter here, that's Ceri the Crafter, and I'm here with another postcard. Now if you're not familiar with what I'm doing, I'm actually doing a monthly challenge that I've put out to the world. It's for July 2024, but to be honest, you can do it with any 31 consecutive days a month. If you want more details of this, look in the description box below. Scroll down, there's a launch video, there's a few prep videos, a flip through, and then if you go onto any social media and put this into the search box, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, or whichever one you use, it should bring up everything within that feed that's actually to do with this, and there's lots of people doing this around the world, and it's so exciting. Very happy with that. So the postcard I've chosen this week, today, is actually this one. Now this one is really funky. It was made up of several things, and as you can see, it's already busy, doesn't need a lot. If anything, I would say maybe it's too busy, but what I'm going to do, I'm hopefully, is going to calm it down a bit and give it a reason to be a little bit crazy. So let's put that one to one side. Now I've got some watercolor paper offcuts here. Now as I do, I'm on a slight journey of watercoloring. I'm not great at it, but I'm kind of on a little bit of a journey with watercoloring, and I'm trying to make it work. And as I said, I'm getting there, let's put it that way. And last year, it was last year? I'm sure it was last year, Patricia, who is the P from PM Artist Studio, made these crazy watercolor birds that I absolutely loved. And everyone just caught in love with them. So what I want to do is I want to recreate one, and Patricia did say at the time, she said, Ceri, if you want to do the watercolor birds as a video, go ahead. So Patricia, I'm taking you at your word here. So I'm going to come in, I want to take this down a bit because I want to create a panel that goes in there. I want to create a panel. If I can tear it, I may have to cut this. Don't want it cut though. I would really like it to be torn. And don't ask me why I want it torn, I just do. So it's about a little bit off it. That's going to be tricky because I want the outer edge off. I don't know what weight this watercolor card is, guys. It's just watercolor card. I've got a feeling this may even have come from a postcard kit. You know, sometimes you can get watercolor postcard kits. I've got a feeling it might have come out of one of those at one point. And as it's got a little bit of texture, it's smooth as well. I don't know whether it's cold or hot press. I'm not good at stuff like that, guys, because as I said, I'm just learning watercolor. Take that bit off there. I'm trying to get it down so that I won't have to, yeah, about an inch off there, because it will dictate, or it will be dictating how big the bird is. So I need to make sure that I've got the panel constructed first before I start the painting techniques. Right, I think that'll be okay. Yes, because that'll go there, and I've got an idea for an inscription that goes, or it's inscription, a word to go on it, and I've got to put a number on there as well. So right, let's come in and show you what we are. So this is going to buy 1 minute. Right, I've got this set of watercolor paints. You've seen I did a review on these. I just want to see what colors I might want to use. Might be slightly difficult to see because I'm going to have to paint in water. Oh, I do need to, let's put some water onto the colours I'm going to use so that they have a chance to. This is just a pipette. Bought this on eBay. I think you buy them in packs of like 50 or something. Let's see. Is this the right way up? So I'm trying to work out, I think that's the colour I want there. And let's do yellow. Let's have a little bit of orange involved as well. Or maybe not that much orange, but that will do. I'll put that to one side because I'm notorious for knocking things over. Now, what you need to do is you need, actually I need it here, don't I? You need to try and visualize a head, a body, and maybe a couple of feet. But you have to paint them in water. And also you're not going to be able to control what they look like eventually. So I'm going to come in, I'm just going to do a blob shape with a bit of a beak shape and maybe some feathers at the back. He doesn't need a big body because I think he's going to have I've already decided it's a he, obviously. And then I'm going to do a couple of little blobs around here for feet. So just playful, just absolutely playful. Right, let's come in with a bit of yellow. I'm just going to drop the yellow in here. And as you can see, the yellow will decide, well, the paint will decide where it's going to blend to. Actually, I quite like the fact that that's turned into a beak shape there. There's the green colour. Let's touch this down. I'm using the water to bleed the colour out. Now, as I said, guys, not a watercolourist. So not a watercolourist, right? I might put a few drops of green up here because they could bleed down. And then if I use my common sense and put a little bit of yellow here. Okay, loving that. Now I think this little one is going to have orange feet. Don't know why, but this one's going to have orange feet. I think that's fun, and I like the fact that that's all blending together in there. I would quite like that to fill in that one gap though. There you go, that was easily sorted, wasn't it? Now, do I want any more orange? Maybe at the back here. This is a very fun process, guys, and you never know what you're going to get. I wonder whether I can just touch it on some of this beak. Right, so basically, I think I want to bring this down a little bit. Sorry, I don't talk well when I'm concentrating. I'd quite like that to bleed up a little bit more. Oh, not that much. That's way, way, way too much. That's just... I wonder if I can just take some of that out of there. That's better, just lifting some of this out, letting the capillary action of the tissue lift it back out. I mean, I'm really excited about the head. The head is fine because that's bled down to actually where the eye is going to be. I think I want to redo a little bit of that green, and the reason I want to do that again is because I just realized, well, that might be the wing there, but I just fancy painting in almost a wing shape and coming back in with that greenish teal color, and it gives me a place to put a wing. Right, now the hard thing about this is I had to leave that alone. I can't touch it anymore. It needs to be left. Actually, so I just need to pull out that bit so it's got a bit of a heel to that foot. That was okay. Right, I need to leave that to completely dry. So I'm going to pause the video, let that completely dry, and then we'll come back in and we'll play with it going forward. So now my funky little crazy bird is all dried. And by the way, while it was drying, I did find myself a little tiny number 10 on the tissue because this needs to be postcard number 10. And part of the rules are that it needs to actually have the numbers on it, on each postcard that represents the day. So now we get to do the fun bit. Now I'm going to come in with a permanent marker. Let's get these out. Right, these are Micron pens. These were a major treat to myself when I was in America last, and I needed them, and I decided, you know, I'm well worth it. Let's just have another look at another size, because I'm not sure. Right, this is number 2. I think number 2 is, or what does that say? 0 to 2. I did want one that's a little bit bigger. Where's the brush one? There you go. I think the brush one is going to be the one I do the eye with, but I don't know. We'll see. We're playing with this. This could go hideously wrong. It could go hideously right. That's art. Now, I'm going to try and zoom in, okay, guys? I'm not hugely good at this, so bear with me on this one. Right. Hopefully that's okay. So where are we? Let's start with the number 2. So first of all, I need to build some structure to my little friend here. Let's give him a neck. And I think it's going to be a striped neck. Legs, I wonder. Yes, let's give our little one kneecaps. Don't ask me, I'm having a funky moment. Kneecap there, and do a little kneecap there. Okay, do I need stripes? I need stripes on these as well. These make great toppers for greetings cards too. I need a little bit in there, a little bit there. So we're getting there as far as bits of this go. Okay, now we need to start building the head. Right, well, this is quite naturally a beak. It would come up a bit. I give the little one a nostril. Let's come around here. Now, I like to turn my pieces around as I'm creating, because I find I draw better if I draw towards myself. So I'm almost drawing flame shapes for no other reason than that's just how this bird feels to me. Okay, it needs an eye. Right, I think this area here, my understanding I am, is speaking to me of being an eye. Let's give it a little bit of a... If I was brave, I'd come in and put a white dot in there, but I know that there's a really strong possibility that it's going to soak up the watercolor underneath. Actually, the beak needs to go up further. Right, as far as the body goes, let's follow the outline of this. Doesn't need to be perfect. Now, before I get too far, I've got to find a wing in here. And this piece here just seems to be dictating a bit of a wing shape. Quite luckily, because that wasn't what I intended it to be. Let's give it a little bit of a definition where the legs are. Let's put some lines in here for feathers. It's cute. It's cute. Right. It's a little bit of detail here, I feel. I don't know why. I just felt that needed something. And I think that's it. You could come in to do curly cues and all sorts of wonderful things here. Actually, let's put, this is a very stylized bird. I mean, you can really play if you're someone who's able to do this sort of stuff. I'm not hugely great at this, but I am loving doing stuff like this. Let's put some dots on its head. You could play and play and play, and I'm not going to play and play and play. I'm just going to leave it as that. Oh, I forgot his feet. Oh, can't have no feet. Now, I'm just making a foot shape up. Give it some little claws. I am not trying to be exact with the watercolor underneath it, because that's an unpredictable part of this. I think that's fun. Right, let's just put that down. Now I need to keep this one out because I want to do something else with that. I did need the brush one eventually. Right, let's just zoom out a little bit again. Sorry, I hope I'm not making anyone feel ill. Right, I really want the edges to stand out, so I've got some fossilized amber distress oxide ink. This could be any ink pad. You could even do this with a marker. I'm going to literally come in and I'm wiping it on the edge just to frame this out. Hopefully not get it all over me while it's drying. Now, I am slightly conscious that this is a water activated ink, so I might come in and after this is done, spray it with a fixative, just so that things don't move around, but I'm not sure about that yet. Right, something I want to do here is, now that I've got the yellow on there, I want to come in, I want to give it some extra personality, just with a bit of character on it. Just lines, guys. They're just lines. I mean, I know I look overly confident, but I can absolutely assure you it's taken me a long time for me to be able to relax, to be able to do something like this. And I absolutely love that I do now. I think that's okay. Let's leave it at that. Right, this just bothers me. I really want to put something white in there. Maybe a tiny, tiny touch of white acrylic paint. Because I know the white acrylic paint will, if I hit it really quickly with a hairdryer, right, tiniest little brush. Come on, I've done it again, haven't I? I am such a bad paint daddy. I never clean the ends of my paints off. Right. So if I just pick up the top, oops, come on. Tiniest little bit of this. Stop messing around on me, come on. I want paint, thank you. So I just give that a little bit of a highlight in the eye. That was exactly what that needed. Right, this needs to go into cloth. Now, I'm going to quickly pause you because I really want that to dry very fast. And I'm back and it's dry. I'm happy with that. Look, we've got the sunshine coming through the window. So let's get back to our card. So this is going to be placed there. So let's just do that now, because the more I handle this, the more the moisture of my fingers is likely to activate the yellow, and then I'm likely to get fingerprints of yellow all over the place. Not something I want. I'm using art glitter glue because my gut says it's the right thing to do. So let's just lay that on the edge of there where he needs to be. And let's bring in, you lined up, you are. I'm just going to press it down with that because, again, I don't want my hands reactivating any of the ink. And I'm probably being hugely paranoid about that when I don't need to be, because goodness knows I use that type of ink quite often, and it's very rare I've ever had it move on me. All right, well, that's thinking about itself. Okay, I found this in a magazine called Jewels of Paradise, and I think birds can be classified as jewels of paradise in any book I can read. So I'm going to just cleaning the excess yellow off my fingers because I don't want that all over the place. Okay, I'm loving that. Now I'm just going to use a glue stick to put this on here, and it's perfect size for this. That wasn't intentional, that's just how it turned out, and I'm so excited that I found this Jewels of Paradise. It obviously came from a magazine, and I'm just going to use a glue stick. Worst case scenario, if it comes up, I just glue it back down again. Now I'm just going to try and put this in here. There you go. I went really over to the edge. But it looks like it's going to be a nice morning. A little bit of something stuck there. There you go. Right, again, I'm going to come in with something that's not my fingers. I'm loving that. That's cute. And it's definitely a crazy bird. Now, I could come in and do doodling, and I could do other stuff on the background. I'm not, because if you look, it's so crazy busy in the back. I'm not going to do anything more to that. I like his little kneecaps to be yellow, though. Right, I've got one of these pit pens. I'm just going, actually, I might make his legs yellow. You've got to be a bit careful, because sometimes a pen will activate something else. And I don't want that happening. I'm happy with that. That's cool. Right, I'm going to pause you, and I'm going to get this completely dry, and then, as I said, I'm going to spray it with some fixative. So here you go, guys, all done. A little bit of sunshine in the background, but I'm not going to complain about that. It's summer, and I've got a pile of laundry to do. I'm loving the funky bird thing. I got the idea for doing a funky bird on a postcard from Miriam at Art Curious, because she's been doing them, and I love her crazy birds. And also, thank you so much, Patricia, for this technique, which I learnt off you last year. So I did seal it, and I did sign it, and I'm so happy about that. So guys, it's time for me to say goodbye. So, I'm Ceri the Crafter, that's Ceri the Crafter. Until next time, goodbye now.